After you beat Stone Tower Temple, you get that part of the game, or just do side quests if you want before fighting the final boss. And I don't know what it is about these parts of games, but they're usually my favorite parts of them. I don't really know why though, but most of them aren't that noteworthy enough for me to say, because you'd all get bored, and I'm sure everyone's getting tired of the series. I can definitely tell because of the declining view count. So I'll focus on the mother of all side quests, the infamous Anju and Kafei side quest. Firstly, go to the mayor's office on the first day and talk to the mayor's wife. She tells you that her son has been missing for quite some time now, and just before he was supposed to get married, she then hires Link to help find her son Kafei and gives him a mask that's supposed to look like her son. When I first played this, I actually thought that her son was heavily disfigured or something, because that's one creepy mask. Over at the Clocktown Inn, also known as the Stockpot Inn, the mailman comes in to give the bride of Kafei, Anju, a letter. So that at least tells us that he hasn't been kidnapped or anything. Well, I mean, that is if the kidnapper isn't like Bowser, who lets Peach write letters to Mario while she's kidnapped, but the mailman refuses to tell Anju where he got the letter. One fun thing that I'd recommend doing is talking to her as a Goron and saying you had a reservation. A Goron named Link had booked a reservation beforehand, but you can lie and get his room key anyway. When the poor guy comes in and hears there's no rooms available and all reservations have been taken, he takes it like a champ and decides to sleep outside. But what you really want to do is talk to Anju while wearing the Kafei's mask. Okay, I'm gonna make the mistake so many times. I'm gonna keep calling her Andrew, not Anju. She then asks for you to meet her at 11:30 in the kitchen that night, where she tells Link her concerns, and then gives him a letter from her to put in a mailbox so he can meet with Kafei for her to make sure he's okay. And whatever you do not save the old lady. I mean, I highly doubt anyone would do this at this time anyway, but be sure to put this letter in the post box before 9 when the mailman makes his runs. Around 3, he comes around to the laundry pool, and we see a small boy talking to him. You then need to run over to the building he's hiding in while he's chatting with the postman and get inside. We see something like a living space inside, but the boy re-enters and tells you his true identity. He is Kafei. In a sort of reverse Ocarina of Time situation, the Skull Kid transformed him into a child. Soon after, he was robbed by Sakon, the same thief who robbed that old lady. What he stole from him was a ceremonial wedding mask in Termina, but he wants to get back more than anything, but he does have a plan. The night before, when the old lady got robbed, Sakon will need to sell his stolen goods somewhere, and the only place he can is the Curiosity Shop. And this hideout is right next to the Curiosity Shop, and there's a window that gives him a perfect view to everyone who goes in. And this is why you can't save the old lady, because if you do, Sakon flees town and won't show up in the Curiosity Shop later that night. Kafei also gives Link the pendant of memories to give to Anju to prove that he's okay. Be sure to give it to her or else she'll flee Clocktown with her family. You can also listen into a conversation with her and her mother. Her mother accuses Kafei of cheating on her with Cremia. And here's a fun fact, although I didn't get any footage of it, but if you talk to Cremia while wearing the Kafei's mask, she gets angry at Link, which implies she had a crush on him. At midnight in the Curiosity Shop, Sakon comes in to sell his big bomb bag, although the Curiosity Shop guy screws him over, which is ironic. I really like the Curiosity Shop but while we're at it. The music, all the stuff in the background, it feels so mystical. The next day, the Curiosity Shop guy shows up in the hideout. Apparently, the two are lifelong friends, which makes you see the Curiosity Shop guy in a different light. After Sakon left his shop, Kafei followed him back to his hideout in Akana Canyon, but requests that Link give his mother a letter he wrote. The Curiosity Shop man also gives Link the Keaton's mask. Be there by 6, where the entrance opens up, and Link and Kafei follow him inside and find the sun mask. Kafei has to make things harder by activating a trap that tries to bring the mask underground to another area that can't reach. You then actually get to play as Kafei, which is kind of cool, although he can't really do much other than push around these blocks and switches. Then you switch to Link and fight enemies, then back to Kafei, rinse and repeat until it's over. And don't lose, because if you do, you have to do everything from the beginning. And I do not mean this minigame, I mean everything. You have to play the Song of Time, and basically do everything from talking to Anju at the Stockpot Inn all over again. You do have quite a bit of time at least, so it's not that hard. Just be sure not to step on the red switches. If you win, you get the Sun Mask, and Kafei goes back to Clock Town to reunite with Anju. It's past midnight though, so you have to hurry, you don't have much time left. Now with the letter you got, you can either give it to his mother himself and get an empty bottle, or give it to the postman. If you give it to the postman, he gets permission from her to flee, although it's not going to do much good, but he gives you his hat, the postman's hat. Meaning if you want to 100% this game, you have to do most of this mission twice. But I'm not, so I'll just get the hat. Finally, at 4 AM, with only 1 minute of real game time until the world ends, Kafei finally shows up in Anju's room. Anju doesn't care about him being transformed into a child, and the two decide to stay with each other and embrace for the end of the world together. This scene is so powerful, the sense of impending doom, the bells, the adrenaline that goes through my body from being so close to the end immerses me so deep into the story. To show their gratitude, the new couple give him the final mask, the couple's mask. The two spend their last moments embracing each other as Link plays the Song of Time once more. Next time though, we'll finally be dealing with the source of all the suffering in Termina once and for all. And with that, I'll see you all next time, everyone.